Alright, hi guys. This is Fridge. I'm making this quick vlog to register my official complaint as to the state of Pyro in 3.1.1. So we're just gonna hop right into it. I'm just gonna do a quick rotation. We're not gonna be adrenaling or anything. This is not about the DPS it does. This is about how the spec plays. So let's hop right in. First I'm gonna do the rotation, as was pretty standard before this patch. Now, I want you to pay special attention to my heat. Okay, there's one cooldown. Again, this is the rotation as it existed before this patch. There's my other cooldown. So right now, if I overheat, I'm screwed. Let's see how long it takes for me to overheat, just doing the standard rotation. I'm already overheated. So let's replace that with a rapid shot, since I've got my 3 stacks. Fine. You know, maybe they just wanted us to rapid shot once or twice. Well, I'm already overheated again. If I don't flame burst, I don't get 3 stacks. My dots aren't up, so I have to reapply that. And I'm at 60-ish heat. If I do nothing but rapid shot, it'll take me quite a bit to drop down. Alright. So, standard rotation doesn't work, long and short of it. Let's wait for combat to reset. Well, actually we don't have to wait for combat to reset. Alright, let's try modifying that rotation a bit. Clearly they want us to rapid shot more, I'm guessing. So let's try it again. Okay, there's that rapid shot. Have to rapid shot again because my heat is dangerously high. I don't have 3 stacks of flamethrower. You will notice. Either I flame burst there and delay my flamethrower, or I go with 2 stacks. I can't afford to flame burst again. Again, only at 2 stacks, so I had to flame burst there, or risk another 2 stack. Can't afford to flame burst again. Note, only have 2 stacks of flamethrower. Does anybody see the problem here? I used a cooldown on flamethrower to keep my heat low. So that means I could, for once, afford to actually flame burst right after rail shot. Couldn't really afford it there, which means I'm just going to have to add in another GCD at the end, right there, to get my 3 stacks. Note my heat. We're creeping up again, and this is using a modified rotation. I'm already at 50, halfway through the through here, and I don't have TSO. I had to use vent heat. So this is a problem that I'm going to run into pretty shortly in the future, because now I'm out of cooldowns. Again, forcing me to delay my flamethrower in order to actually stack it a third time, which also doesn't help my heat anyway. But at least I don't go into overheat. The problem is I just don't build up enough stacks in my natural rotation that doesn't include this awkward delay to actually have a fully stacked flamethrower at the end of it. Basically, before this patch, after every rail shot, I got a free flame burst, and I never had this problem because heat was fine, and I don't know, it lined up much better. Right now, this is just very clunky and awkward and weird. I'm not opposing it for just because it's changed. I'm opposing it because it's just way worse to play. Again, thanks to TSO, I could actually flame burst after that rail shot. Alright. So that's that rotation. I've already parsed with it. It's like 400 DPS lower than normal. So that's not cool. We're going to try the rotation of, what's his name, Qwerty on the forums. Because he's got some interesting ideas. So we're just going to go right into it again. Alright. His rotation is Scorch, Incendiary Missile, Flamethrower, Flaming Fist, Flame Burst, or Flaming Fist Rail Shot, Flame Burst, Immolate, Flame Burst, Rapid Shot, Flaming Fist, Incendiary Missile, Flamethrower, Rapid Shot again, Rail Shot, Flaming Fist, Immolate, Flame Burst, Rapid Shot, Scorch, Incendiary Missile. That's the end of that rotation. You want to know what's interesting at the end of that rotation? You don't have 3 stacks of Flamethrower. Now, I just modified it by just pressing Flame Burst. But the way it is, you don't have enough heat. So either you do 2 stacks. According to him, proper use of resources is to have every second flamethrower, which that was it. That was the end of that rotation. Have 2 stacks in a single target rotation. I'm like, I would say I'm 99% positive that that's not the way the spec's intended to be played. It's not meant to be that clunky and weird. The only reason why you should ever want to use a 2-stack of flamethrower is if your target's going to die or otherwise get away, and you can't afford to use 3 stacks, or to stack it up a third time. But honestly, there should just be no scenario where you have that option. Like, by the end of your rotation, you should always have your 3 stacks of flamethrower. In my ideal scenario. I don't understand what they're doing with this spec. I guess my question would be, is it intended that our rotation be so clunky and off the wall? Like, the way it was before, it was the same rotation every time. Every 2 flamethrowers, your rotation would reset and it would be the same. I don't actually see what was wrong with that. It was even though it's the same thing every time, it was already harder to play than AP. Just because of its positioning requirements. It has less range than AP. It's not based on rail shot reset, so you're not tied to something that's actually a 30-meter thing. You have to be inside 10 meters for, you know, 1 Flaming Fist, and Immolate, and Scorch, and all that other good stuff. So in a practical sense, it was much harder to execute in a real fight than AP. So I don't actually understand why they had to make the rotation different and worse to use. Right now, heat management is far worse than it is in AP. It's doing much less damage than AP, and it has less defensive utility than AP. It also just has less range and mobility. So I can foresee no reason why you should ever want to play Pyro in the state it's in. There's no practical reason to be Pyro. It doesn't do that much damage anymore. And it has all the disadvantages that AP doesn't. So, I mean, if you're going to be DPSing, honestly, PvP or PvE, you should be AP unless they fix this. And the talent that they need to focus on is Flame Barrage. The entire reason this rotation is so awful is because they took Flame Barrage off of Rail Shot. This is what screws with your heat, this is what screws with your rotation, this is what forces you to either Rapid Shot a lot or have 2 stacks of Flamethrower, and even then you still Rapid Shot quite a bit. Any amount of Rapid Shotting is more than you did before, which was none. But that's about all I have to say about this topic. It sucks. I won't be playing Pyro anymore. This is my call to BioWare to please at least put Flame Barrage back on Railshot. Like, this is... I can't believe it went live like this. I don't know how they internally tested this, what kind of rotation they're using, or what kind of damage they're expecting to get out of that rotation. It can't be very much. Like, it just can't be. I don't know what the combat team's goal for this spec are, but I don't think they're going to hit those goals with the state that the spec is in right now. Because nobody will be playing Pyro. Nobody who knows what they're doing, anyway, will be playing Pyro. So that's all I got to say about that. Thank you all for watching. See y'all later.